Hi everyone, hope you are doing well. In the last lesson, we were discussing about mainly position coordinates, and we have also discussed about the difference between distance and displacement. So today in this lesson, we are going to mainly deal with the speed and velocity. So we will be discussing speed and velocity in a comparison manner. So let's discuss about or let's compare the speed and velocity. So first of all, let's define what is speed and what is velocity. Speed can be defined as rate of change of position with time in any direction. That means we are not specifying any direction here. Where what is the velocity here? It is a rate of change of position with time in a given direction. That means definitely there will be a particular direction will be there. So here we are not specifying any direction, and here we are specifying a one particular direction. That means speed is a scalar quantity, where what is velocity? Velocity is a vector quantity. That is the main difference here. Now if you see the unit of speed as well as velocity, the SI unit will be same, CGS unit also will be same. What is SI unit? Meter per second. And what is velocity unit? Meter per second. And what is the CGS unit? Centimeter per second, and here is also centimeter per second. Now let's discuss what is the equation or what is the formula we are using to calculate the speed. Speed we are representing it as V. V is equal to the distance traveled, or we can simply write it as distance divided by time taken. The distance traveled by the object divided by the time taken to travel that distance. Where what is meant by velocity? Velocity we can denote it as V bar, or we can write it as V vector because it's a vector quantity. V vector is equal to, what we can write the formula as displacement, not a distance here. We can write it as displacement divided by time taken. Displacement divided by time taken. So this is a main difference between speed and velocity. Now next comparison point we can define here. In the last lesson we were discussing about position, right? Position, and there we have discussed about the distance or the path length. We have discussed in that example it can be positive value. But while you are discussing about the speed, distance divided by time taken, this distance can be either positive or zero. What is the meaning of zero? The object is not in motion, we can say that the distance traveled by the object is zero. So distance can be either positive or zero, but never what? Negative. But if you think about the velocity, velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. What about the displacement we have discussed in the last class? Displacement can be positive or negative, or it can also be what? Zero. So velocity can be written as what? Positive, negative and zero. So that is a next difference or next comparison between speed and velocity. Correct? Now let's discuss about the different types of speed and the different types of velocity. Different types of speed and different types of velocity. So first one is that uniform speed. What is that? Uniform speed. What is meant by uniform speed? If an object covers equal distances in equal interval of time, we can define uniform speed. Where what is meant by uniform velocity? If an object covers equal displacement in equal interval of time, that is called what? Uniform velocity. Next one is variable speed. What is meant by variable speed? If a body covers equal distances in unequal interval of time, or if a body covers unequal distances in equal interval of time, this is called what? Variable speed. Where what is meant by variable velocity? So a body is said to be moving with a variable velocity if the speed of the body changes, or the direction changes, or both the speed as well as direction changes. So we can say that the body is moving with what? Variable velocity. Now let's discuss about the average speed and average velocity. So what is meant by average speed? Just imagine a body or a car is traveling with different speed. So how to calculate the average speed? So we can write here the average speed can be written as average speed is equal to total distance traveled by the body divided by the total time taken. Total distance traveled by the body divided by total time taken, we will be getting what? Average speed. At the same time, what is the average velocity? If a body is moving with a different velocity, how you can calculate the average velocity? For an object is traveling with variable velocity, we can calculate the average velocity can be written as V average. Maybe we can write it as V vector because it's average velocity vector. Average velocity is equal to total displacement. What is that? Total displacement divided by total time. Total displacement divided by total time. So in this example, just imagine this is the origin O. After some time, say it as t1, object is reached here at the position A. After some time, the object is reached at the position B in a time interval of t2. So what is the average velocity here? Average velocity is equal to, say it as O to A, say it as the position is x1, and O to B, say it as the position is x2. So what is the average velocity formula here? Total displacement. What is the total displacement here? x2 minus x1. Final position minus initial position divided by the time interval between these two. That is t2 minus t1. So we can calculate what? The average velocity vector is equal to final position minus initial position divided by t2 minus t1. That means the time interval between these two positions. That is, we can write it as delta x divided by delta t. What is that? Delta. Delta means this is a symbol delta. What is the delta symbol represents here? A small change in value. Here what is changing here? x2 minus x1 means what? A change in position, right? So delta x. Here what is that? Change in time. So we can write this word delta t. So this is a representation of average velocity is equal to delta x by delta t. So we can also denote it as what? V bar. Average velocity V bar is equal to delta x by delta t. So the next one we will be comparing with the instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. So what is meant by instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity? As you already know the word meaning instantaneous, right? What is meant by instantaneous? At that particular instant of time. At that particular instant of time. That means the time interval is too small. Just an example, you are standing in a road and maybe you are seeing that a car is coming towards your position. How much time the car will be there in front of you? Why, if the car is traveling with a very high speed, that car will be in your position in a very fraction of second only, right? So how you can define the instantaneous speed if you are watching or if you are standing in a one particular point? So instantaneous speed you can define as it is a speed of any object at that particular instant of time. That particular instant of time. And now what is the peculiarity of that time or the instant of time? It is too small. So we can write the instantaneous speed, simply we can write it as V or for understanding we can write the V instantaneous. V instantaneous is equal to, so now we are going to use some mathematical term, that is limit delta t tends to 0, delta x divided by delta t. This is a way to represent the instantaneous speed. That means, what is the meaning here? Limit delta t tends to 0. Here delta t tends to 0 means the time interval is too small. It is tends to 0. It's moving towards a 0. It doesn't mean that time interval is 0. So as I mentioned in the last example, when you are looking at that car, fast moving car, when the car is coming at the exactly in your position, you can see that position of car in a very small time interval. So in that particular instant, what is the distance covered here? Delta x, very small distance. And what is the time interval? It is too small time interval, and that time interval is what? Tends to 0. It means that the time interval is very, very small. So it can be written mathematically dx divided by dt. You can write it as dx divided by dt. That means it is called first derivative of the distance. d by dt is a one term here. So d by dt of x, meaning we can write it as the first derivative of distance covered, and that is called what? Instantaneous speed. Now if you discuss about the instantaneous velocity, how you can write it as instantaneous velocity? So definitely it is a vector quantity. Instantaneous velocity we can write like this. Same formula here, limit delta t tends to 0, delta t tends to 0, delta x divided by delta t. Formula is same, but here this is a vector quantity and we are using not the distance covered, we are using what? Displacement. So we can write the formula limit delta t tends to 0, delta x vector divided by delta t. This is delta x divided by delta t means what? That is the average velocity we have discussed just before. So what is my limit delta t tends to 0? Same definition. Velocity of particular object at particular instant, or at a particular instant of time. That means that time interval is what? Very, very small. So delta t tends to 0 means the time interval is goes to 0. It doesn't mean that the time interval becomes 0. So what you are looking in that example, when you are looking that car movement, when you are looking that moment, the time interval is too small, so definitely the displacement will be also what? Very small. So this is called what? Instantaneous velocity. So one of the example, while you are driving the car or motorbike, have you seen that one? There is a speedometer is the speedometer actually gives the speed at a particular instant. So speedometer gives the instantaneous speed. It's not giving any direction, instantaneous speed. It's one of the example for instantaneous speed. So what is instantaneous velocity once again? It is the velocity of an object at a particular instant of time. So this is a way to represent mathematically limit delta t tends to 0. That's the meaning here. So time is too small, which can be written as dx divided by dt, or this is a vector quantity, so we can write it as what? Dx vector divided by dt, or d by dt of x vector. What is a d by dt represents? First derivative of displacement. Here what is that? First derivative of distance. So this is the main difference between what? Instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. Clear? So once again you got now here what? Rate of change of distance. That is called what? Speed. Here rate of change of what? Displacement with respect to time. That is called what? Velocity. So this is the main difference between speed and velocity. Now let's discuss about the average speed in different situations. So first case, a body covers different distances with a different speed. So just an example, a body is covering different distances with a different speed. So the covering distances are S1, S2, S3, etc. So a car, you can take it as a car is traveling with the different distances with different speed. Say it as speed as V1, V2, V3, etc. So definitely while it is traveling different distances with a different speed, the time interval also will be different. So we can write it as T1, T2, T3, etc. So what is the average velocity? Average velocity V average is equal to, what is the basic formula we have just now discussed? That is total distance divided by the total time taken. Total distance divided by total time taken. So we can write here, what is the total distance here? So V average is equal to, what is the total distances here? S1, S2, S3, etc. So we'll write here only three cases, three distances. So we can write here S1 plus S2 plus S3. So if you are taking three distances, you can write S1 plus S2 plus S3. If there are many other, you can plus etc. you can put it. Now divide by, what is the total time taken? If you take the three instants of distances here. So we can write here T1 plus T2 plus T3. T1 plus T2 plus T3. Now, what is the speed formula? Speed V is equal to distance divided by time taken. That means time is equal to S divided by V. S divided by V. So now you can write this average velocity as V average is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3 all divided by, now what is the time T1? From this equation, T1 is equal to what? Distance divided by speed. Both the distance and speed are different. So we can write here S1 divided by V1 plus S2 divided by V2 plus S3 divided by V3. If there are many cases are there, we can write this equation as S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus etc. all divided by S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3 plus etc. V average is equal to S1 plus S2 divided by S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2. That is two different distances we are taking with a two different speed. Imagine S1 is equal to S2. That means the distance traveled is equal. S1 is equal to S2 is equal to S. So if S1 and S2 is equal to S, we can write the average speed is equal to S plus S, because S1 and S2 are equal, so we can write it as 2S divided by S by V1 plus S by V2. So if you take the S outside, we can write the 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. Where what is V1 and V2? Different speed. For example, a car is moving with a different speed with the different distances. Now in this case, the distances are equal. So now you can see S and S cancel. Now if you calculate this one, V average is equal to 2 divided by 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. So what is equation become? If you multiply, cross multiply, and you will get what? V1 plus V2 divided by V1 V2. So the average speed can be written as 2V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. So this is a special case when a car or a body is moving with a different speed with the same distances or equal distances it covers. So this is the average speed formula. So this is a basic formula. Average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. Total time means what? S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus etc. The next case. Imagine a body is moving with a different speed in different time intervals. That means a body is moving with a different speed, say it as V1, V2, V3, etc. in different time interval, that is T1, T2, T3, etc. So what is the average speed formula? Once again we can write it as average speed is equal to, what is average speed? Total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So we can write here the total distance, that is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus etc. all divided by total time taken, that is T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus etc. That is V average can be written as, now what is distance here? Distance is not given, right? So we know the formula speed is equal to distance by time. So what is the distance is equal to speed into time. So here what is S1 here? We can write it as V1 T1 plus V2 T2 plus V3 T3 plus etc. all divided by, what is the total time now here? T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus etc. So what is the average speed? If a body is traveling with a different speed in different time interval. So what is the formula here? V1 T1 plus V2 T2 plus etc. divided by T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus etc. Now in the same case we can explain one special case. What is a special case? Just imagine all the time intervals are equal. So if a question comes here, different speed with the same time interval. So we can write here T1 is equal to T2 is equal to T3 equal to etc. is equal to T. That means all the time intervals are equal. So how we can write this average velocity? So how we can write the average speed? Average speed V average is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus etc. into time, because the time intervals are equal, so we can take the time board outside, divided by, see this one, all the time intervals are equal, so T plus T plus T plus etc. how many T's will be there? Nt will be there. So we can write here Nt. So here T cancel. So V average can be written as V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus etc. divided by N. So this is a special case. What is the meaning here? If a body is traveling with a different speed in equal interval of time, so we can see here this is the arithmetic mean of the individual speed. So I hope it is clear. So in this lesson we were discussing about the speed and velocity. We have discussed about many points and different types of speed and different types of velocity, and there we have discussed about the uniform speed, uniform velocity, variable speed and variable velocity, average speed and average velocity, instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity, followed by two different cases of average speed. Clear? So I hope it is clear. In the next lesson we will be dealing with the different types of position time graphs. Okay, thank you all of you.